안녕하세요. 오늘 그 엑스박스 쪽에 이제 개발자 다이렉트 한다고 해가지고 같이 보려고 왔거든요. 오늘 이제 공개되는 게임이 4개라고 들었는데, 일단 음, 어바우드, 그리고 아라 히스토리 언톨드라고 약간 문명 같은 4X 게임, 그거도 공개된다고 했고, 이제 헬블레이드 2가 또 공개된다고 했고, 또 좀 기대되는 게 이제 머신 게임즈에서 지금 개발하고 있는 인디아나 존스 IP의 게임이 공개가 된다고 했습니다. 요 4개가. 사실 이 개발자 다이렉트가 작년에 꽤 괜찮았거든요. 작년에 뭐 공개도 공개였는데 마지막에 그 하이파이럿이라고 그 게임이 이제 마지막에 이제 깜짝 공개가 되면서 바로 그냥 데이원으로 풀어버려가지고, 그때 심지어 게임도 재밌어가지고 거의 작년에 이제 고티를 아마 몇 군데에서 받았을 거예요. 매체 중에. 그래가지고 굉장히 좋았는데, 일단 요번에는 바로 데이원으로 오픈하는 게임은 없다고 이 엑스박스 쪽에서 이제 발표는 해서, 뭐 그런 건 깜짝 발표는 없을 것 같긴 한데, 일단 개인적으로는 저 뭐야, 어바우드도 기대가 되고. 어바우드가 그 뭐였지? 잠시만요. 무슨 세계관이었지? 아, 이름이 생각이 갑자기 안 나네. 아, 맞지? 필라스 오브 이터니티 세계관 기반으로 만든 옵시디안의 이제 RPG 이고, 약간 요거는 이번엔 1인칭이던데? 그래가지고 그 어바웃도 꽤 재밌을 것 같고. 아라 이 히스토리 언톨드는 제가 그 비공개 알파를 해봤어요. 그때 선발이 돼가지고 해봤는데, 이제 게임도 그때는 뭐 물론 이제 그래픽 같은 거는 전혀 가다듬어져 있지 않았는데 게임 구조가 꽤 괜찮더라고요. 그래가지고 기대를 하고 있습니다. 일단 보죠. 시작했네요. 소리 좀 작은가? 이게 지금 한국어 자막 지원하는 한국어 채널이라 화질이 조금 떨어지는 것 같다. 화질이 좀 아쉽긴 하네. 1080이긴 한데 확실히 좀 받아오는 거라서 화질이 조금 아쉬운 느낌이 들어요. 근데 뭐 어쨌든 그래도 한국어 자막이 있는 게 좋으니까.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG,
어바우드
Avowed.
바로 공개하네요.
Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the living lands, a frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the living lands. At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic
이게
gameplay,
낫겠다.
and thoughtful reactivity.
응? 잠깐만.
Share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed. Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the living lands.
이게 화질이 훨씬
at the edge of the
낫죠.
known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the living lands.
요거도 이제 본 채널도 이제 자막을
At
넣어가지고
Obsidian, we
하네요.
love creating worlds with deep themes,
한번 봅시다.
dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity. And Avowed is no different. We set out to blend
잠깐만,
Discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're gonna have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun, the
뭐야,
action-oriented
오씨.
gameplay, and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG.
그래픽은
Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
Here in Obsidian,
전투부터
our team's
설명을
overarching goal
하네요.
is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly
좀 많이
swap from
늦어졌었네.
spellcasting, sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play.
아니,
from
그래픽은
moment to
나쁘지
moment,
않다.
uninterrupted.
뭐야, 피
For
튀기는
all
거 봐.
battles, you can combine a variety
총도
of
쏘네.
weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages
일단
against a wide
기본적으로
range of enemy
1인칭이니까
types.
약간의
It's
슈팅
not just
요소가
hacking
있지
and
않을까?
slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries,
오,
and
블락이랑
special
패리가 있어?
attacks. If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range.
약간
Using the Tanglefoot
액션성을
ability,
조금
you can stop enemies in their tracks,
추구한 것
giving you
같긴
the
한데.
opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and
요거도
others you
지금
must make sure you
발표하고 되게 오래
prioritize, where their healing
개발해가지고
capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide
올해 그래도
customizable
좀
loadouts
일찍
that can be quickly
출시하지
switched
않을까?
during combat. That means you can play however you want. Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle.
좀
Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter
상반기에
mid-range.
좀
Or
출시된
even
느낌.
dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage.
야,
You could use your enchanted
총이랑
wand to freeze enemies,
마법지팡이.
and then use your offhand weapon's power attack
오,
to shatter them.
요런
We've
건 좀
worked hard
재밌겠다.
to keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the living lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with
Living
profound
lands.
consequences. Like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey
약간
through the living
이거는
lands.
이제
As
옵시디언
you're
특이 나오는
exploring, you come
건가?
across the bodies of these fallen
한
soldiers.
유베라스 같은
And as
느낌으로
you
할 수 있는
explore the
건가?
remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki. Trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here. Take my badge. Take
하긴 이거는
everyone's.
아직 그거 뭐야 페이지도 안 나오지
Families
않았나
deserve to know we
어바우드는?
fought and died for them.
그러면은
Making the
한
right
반년은
choice isn't
있어야
always
최소
what it
반년은
seems.
있어야 출시되겠다.
We embrace
오늘
moral
뭐
nuance and gray areas,
페이지 같은
trusting
거
players to
오픈하고
make
뭐
tough
예고 페이지
decisions
열고
in
뭐 그렇다고
complicated
해도
situations.
My squad and I
짧으면
rested in
한
the cave by
3개월
the border last night,
아니면
and as we were
반년?
sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki
생긴
was
게
sick?
되게
That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb
저
baby?
이빨이 다 송곳니 같이 생긴
I heard it all
게
often and
종족
loud.
쪽 특성인가 본데.
Wait, if you found
종족이 좀
Sergeant
다양하게
Asui,
나오나?
why is he not here with you?
저게 사람같이
What happened?
생겼는데 사람이 아니란
At the end of the
거잖아.
quest, you have a choice. When you confront
아무리
Private
봐도
Naoki, if you
사람은 아닌 것
believe the
같은데.
story he's
다른
told
종족인
you,
것
you can
같은데.
hand over the badges and let him go back home.
모르겠다. 필라스를 제가 안
Real
해봐가지고
battle isn't something you can
세계관을
prepare
좀
for,
잘
is it?
알았으면은
It's not my fault.
바로 알았을지.
No, they.
근데 이름이 왜
They should have
프라이빗이야?
never have camped in the
나오키?
cave.
프라이빗 나오키?
I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Thirdborn.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to
아,
reclaim his
무슨
honor.
계급 같은 건가
Either
프라이빗이?
way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual
요런
style.
거 좀 좋으면
From the
좋지.
outset,
기대한다.
we
근데
knew that we
이전까지
wanted a
공개했던
vowed
트레일러
setting
같은
to feel
데에서는
rich,
되게
weird,
약간
and
다크한
wonderful.
분위기 좀
We
그런
found
느낌이었는데
inspiration in a wide
오늘
swath
보여주는
of real-world
영상들에는 좀
cultures,
화려한 느낌이 많이
helping us
드네요.
create a unique RPG experience. By contrasting the vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better
요 약간
deliver
요런 느낌이
complex
주로
emotional
있었는데
experiences for
이제
our
막 이런
players.
자연 풍경 같은 느낌들도 많이
The Living
보여주네.
Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes,
화산
from
폐기물.
luxuriant forests
와,
to
이쁘긴 하다.
volcanic wastes. And
조금
each of
기대된다.
those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of
obsidian이니까 좀 기대가
Shatterscarp,
되네.
you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
근데 세계가 그렇게 막
We hope
엄청
you've
많이 클 것
enjoyed this
같진
look at
않은데 여기
Avowed.
어바우드에서
We're thrilled to
보여줬고
share more about the game in the coming months.
일단 뭐
and we can't
필라스가
wait for
있다고는
you to
해도
explore the Living Lands when
그래도 첫
Avowed launches this
작품이니까
fall.
약간 좀 작은 세계 안에서 좀 내밀한 스토리로 좀 기반을 잡아서 이제 사람들을 좀 이 세계관에 몰입하게 만든 다음에 이제 2에서 이제 세계관 확장하는 좀 그런 느낌? 스케일 확장 그런 게 맞는 것 같은데 오우씨 저거는 좀 멋있다. 아 가을이네. 아직 정확한 날짜도 안 나왔네요. 이건 좀 아쉽네. 가을이면은 내가 봤을 때 한 11월 돼서 열릴 수도 있어. 근데 가을에는 이미 좀 할 게임이 많이 있거든. 왜냐면 스토커2도 얼마 전에 그 날짜 나왔는데 가을이었잖아. 9월이었나? 그쯤 아니었나? 닌자 세어리. 아 약간 상반기에 좀 할 게임이 좀
Hi, I'm Don Matthews, studio
떠오르는
head
게 좀
here at
없긴 해.
Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua's Saga Hellblade 2,
헤블레이드는 좀 일찍
and
나오려나?
the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity
근데
and immersive
이거는 되게
presentation with a shorter,
일단 게임이 되게
narrative-led
딥한 느낌이라
experience that
가지고
focuses on the things that we
플레이
really
할 수
care
있을지
about,
모르겠다.
and that we hope you care
되게
about too.
부담스럽긴 해 좀. 그래가지고 아직 원도 안 했거든요. 하려면
Senua
원을
is
해봐야
back with a
좀
new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who
이제
raided her village right at their source.
이제 조금
in
얼굴이
Iceland.
익는다. 뭐
But not just her
이거 뭐야
quest has
헤블레이드
changed.
2
Senua
공개할
herself has
때마다
grown since the
나와가지고
first Hellblade.
말씀하시는
She's
분이라
made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions,
이제
she encounters
전작에서
new
이어지는 그
people along
내용에
the way,
대해서 좀 설명해
some
주시는
of
것
which will
같네.
value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my
아니,
tribe.
근데 이거는 진짜 그래픽 빛깔나는 것 같긴 해.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland
세우나인
on
줄
the
알았는데
trail of
세누아였네.
Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we
오
can up to a
약간
point,
고증을 했어.
establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the
Droiga?
settlements that she'll discover. Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover, along with us, how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
A sign. Focus.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences
Celtic, oh.
psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher, at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
정신과 교수한테 이제
What does that mean? It's terrifying.
조언을 많이 받았나 보네. 이게
Players will
전작도
find
이거 되게
themselves
잘
traversing beautiful and
구현했다고
hostile environments, seeking
약간
answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her
좋은
own
평이
unique way, and
많았었거든요.
battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
근데 저것들이 환상이 아니라 진짜 실제인가? 아니면 그냥 환상인가?
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new
요번에는
cast.
스토리적으로 좀
We spent a lot of
신경을
time
많이 쓴
planning
건가?
the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a
요번에
story
약간
throughout it.
스토리를 되게 중요하게
It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel
한마디로
her struggle
처절하다는
in
거네.
every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
난이도가
Mel
쉽지는
knows
않겠는데
Senua
그럼?
better than
겨우
anyone,
살아
better than
있다는
I do.
느낌이면
Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help
이
from me.
사람이 그 맨날
On
발표하는
stage, our
사람이고 저
main focus is
사람은
storytelling.
배우인가
So I
보구나.
get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces.
얼굴이 익은
And then I have
거는
to wait a little while. And then I
트레일러에서
get to see
맨날
that all
캐릭터로
again,
얼굴을 많이 봐서
in
얼굴이
game,
익은
in
거.
costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears. These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation
근데
of this
오디오
type
좀
of
중요할 것
auditory
같긴 해.
hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this
이거는
because
진짜
through
헤드셋
headphones
끼고 하는 게 좋겠다.
you
특히 좀
surround
좋은
yourself
헤드셋.
in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through a spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
이것도 진짜 게임 몰입감에 좀 중요한 거긴 하거든요.
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our
사운드가
emotions
진짜 몰입에
fast and deep.
영향을
It's
좀 많이
not
주긴
only
해.
about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade.
약간
On the music we are working
트레일러나
highly,
얘기하는
which for me is a
것만
personal
보면은
privilege because I really admire them.
플레이그 테일 하는 느낌 좀 날 것 같은데.
We feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so
트로트 가수?
beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very
트로트
immersive and
가수?
a very special and unique experience.
저거는 뭐 번역이 뭐 딴 거가 트로트라고 된 거겠지?
Our mission here at Ninja
약간
Theory
전통
is
가수
to
그런
craft
거를 트로트
life-changing
가수라고
art
번역이
with
된 건가?
game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
야, 요거는 조금
I don't want to sound cheesy,
괜찮다.
but in a way
보통
I'm
캐릭터에
Senua,
다 몰입해
right?
주시길
She exists and
바란다고
doesn't. It
하는데
exists through all of our work,
이거는
through every ninja.
여기서는 이제
So
자기가 몰입을
we all are
못하더라도
Senua,
주변에 이제 비슷한
We are creating
사람들을
this character that grows
좀
and grows and
생각해주면
grows and
좋겠다.
grows and keep
아,
growing
이런 거
and
좀
keep
괜찮은
changing.
것 같은데?
So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care, and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
꼭 자기들의
Our
관점에
hope is to not only create a game that is
무조건
great to
공감할
play, but
필요까지는
to craft
없다는
an
거잖아.
experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat
그냥 좀
gameplay through to our action set
느껴줬으면
pieces,
좋겠다라는
from our
그런 느낌이 좀
cinematic
드는데.
scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey, a journey that you can embark on May 21st.
5월 21일. 오, 좀 그래도 나름 상반기에 나오네. 5월 21일이면 괜찮다. 그 앞에 하나 징검다리 할 게 더 있으면 좋겠는데. 철권 나오고 철권 다음에 이제 뭘 하냐. 한 2, 3월쯤에 할 게 뭐 있지? 아라는 아마 좀 더 걸릴 거예요. 뭐야? 언노운 게스트? 뭐야? 스퀘어 에닉스? 깜짝 발표가 하나 있었네. 이거 성검전설 아닌가? 이거 뭐야? 깜짝 하나가 있네.
Greetings, Xbox players. My name is Masaru Oyamada. Producer
근데
for the Mana series here at
마이크로소프트도
Square Enix.
꾸준히 이제 일본 업체들이랑 약간 협업하려고 계속 노력을 많이 하네. 비전조브 만화 맞잖아, 성검전설. 나 성검전설 되게 재밌게 했었거든요. 좀 기대가 돼.
聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年に
나 이거 그 NDS로 그때 리메이크된 거를 재밌게 했었거든요. 성검전설. 칠드런 오브 만화였나?
個性豊かなキャラクターたち。
3가 칠드런 오브 만화인가? 하여튼 그거.
武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され長らく愛されてきました。本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。
저는 솔직히 말하면 파판 시리즈보다 성검전설 시리즈를 시리즈라고 하긴 좀 그랬다. 그 리메이크를 좀 더 재밌게 하긴 했어요. 그래가지고
シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。
뭐랄까 감성이 난 이쪽이 조금 더 맞더라고.
今回これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井浩一さんとともに聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内容を紹介していきたいと思います。
Hello, I am Koichi Ishii from Grabs. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、
이거 근데 나오려면 좀
中には
있어야 될
小
것
学生の頃
같았는데.
すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵か
아무튼
らス
원래
タートしたモン
지난번에
スターた
공개했을
ちを
때부터 기대했던
どのよう
거라
な形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落
귀여워
とし込む
일단.
か、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。
파판도 제가 요즘
聖剣
시리즈보다는
伝説ファイナルファ
약간
ンタジー外伝を作ってい
요때
た頃か
되게
ら自分の頭の中で
재밌게
はモンスターたちは立体的に
그
生き生きと
3가
動い
그
て
그것도
これまで
NDS로
自分が
나왔었잖아요
携わった
리메이크.
作品ではそれらをどうやって
되게 재밌게
当時の
했었어.
技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。
근데 그때 감성이 약간
最
지금 이
新作では
성검전설
聖
감성이랑
剣
좀
伝説
비슷한
のモン
느낌이
スターたち
있잖아.
のただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
몬스터 표정을
これ
보고
ま
뭐
で
싸워야
聖
되는
剣
거야?
伝説シリーズには
액션?
空を旅する海を渡る手
표정을
助
보고
け
막
をしてくれる
스킬 읽고
頼
이래야
もしい
되나?
仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックル。
일단
ピックル
그래픽은
も
마음에
石井さ
든다.
んが新たに考案してくださっています。
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目はアルマジルによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、
근데
それ
이게
ぞれの
그렇게
特
중요한
徴を
건가?
取り入れながらラフデザ
약간
インを書き起こしました。
스토리적으로 저 동물이 뭔가 하는 게 있는 건가?
デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら
아니 근데 저
足の長さ、
털이
丸まっ
그냥
た時のイメージ
돼버리니까
な
약간 천상감
ゲームの
느낌은
中
전혀
で
안
の見え
들긴
方
하다.
も考えながら調整を重ねていき
이게
ピックル
모델링한
は
거는
誕生しました。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。
이렇게 음악을
本作は
들려준
アクション RPG 聖剣
음악을
伝
신경
説
썼다는
のアクション
건데
部分が強化されています。空中
사실
で
잘
のアクション
모르겠어.
がバトルの鍵となっており、
공중
武器での
액션?
攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。
공중에서 마법을 이렇게 쓴다.
そして本作ならではの特徴として、聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、その力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを
아니
手助
근데
けしてくれ
솔직히
るよう
액션이
に
그렇게
な
막
りま
엄청
す。
재밌어 보이진 않는다.
精霊によっては様々な特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいた
나쁘진
だけ
않아
ます。
보이는데 막 저 액션
오리지널
전투 때문에 이
몬스터야.
게임을
ピッ
해야
クルにも
될지는
注
잘
目し
모를
て
것
ほしい
같아.
のですが、
해봐야 알 것
聖
같긴
剣伝
한데
説ビジョンズ・オブ・
보는
マナ
거랑 하는 거랑 또
聖剣
다르니까.
伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう、小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
그래서
聖
언제
剣伝
나오는데
説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする本作、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは
17년 만에
今後も様々な情
신작이면
報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏、
17년
この忘
전에
れられな
액박이
い冒
있었나?
険を
아
Xbox ユー
있긴
ザーの
있었나
皆さんに
그때?
楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれ
뭐
ません。
그때 있었을 것 같기도 하고 17년이면 여름에 나와. (6, 7, 8월) 한 그쯤이잖아. 8월쯤 나오지 않을까? 아직은 좀 기다려야 되네요. 날짜가 확정된 것도 아니라. 아 그럼 좀 일찍 나오는 거 없나? 봄에? 봄이나 이렇게 겨울에. 그냥 알아 나오네. 아 알아 이거 제가 알파 해봤다 그랬잖아요. 꽤 괜찮았어요. 이 휴먼카인드나 뭐 이런 거 제가 4X 몇 가지 해봤는데
Welcome to Oxide Games.
무명
We
좋아하다
founded the studio in
보니까
2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games
나름
of all
장단점이
time, like
있는데
Civilization 5.
이거 그래도 좀
We came
괜찮아
together to create
보이더라고요.
something new and innovative in a genre we all
단순히
love.
그냥 문명 따라한
Our history
것만이
untold is the game
아니고
we've dreamt of
나름
making.
R
독특함을
is an homage to historical
가져가면서도
gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the
문명에서
world,
이제
expand
좋은
your
것들은
nation,
좀
govern your
가져오는 그런
people,
느낌?
and engage with your rivals on the
그리고 약간
international stage.
설문하는데
But it isn't just more of the same.
진짜 꼬치꼬치
With Ara, we
캐릭터라고.
wanted to challenge some of the preconceived
나도
notions
설문만 한
about the
2시간 한 것
genre,
같은데
push it forward
설문조사
in a modern,
작성만.
empowering, and truly compelling and
뭐 내가
approachable way.
그래도 나름
For
이제
example, we have over 100
권한을
instruments on display
받았으니까
in the
책임을
office,
지는
which
거지.
are all things that we
열심히 저도
purchased
이제
in order to
설문
add to the
작성해가지고
soundtrack and
제출했는데
expand the
그
game
설문
and make it really
보고서
good.
오, 그 게임 4X 게임에 대한 약간 이해도도 좋은
Hi,
것
Dan.
같고 게임도 괜찮게
That's
나올 것
Dan. We
같다라는
started
생각이
in
좀
his
들긴
basement.
했어요 개인적으로.
It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
땅 먹는 게 좀
The end
특이했던
result
것
is
같아, 내
Ara,
기억에.
the historical grand strategy game that
이게
presents a
좀
living
생각해야
world
될 게
where you
많았어.
can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the
전략적으로
most
그
prestigious
땅 먹는
nation
거를
on the
신경 써야
planet.
되더라고.
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from
제품 많이
around the
가다듬어졌네.
world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel
근데
the
이거
impact
한글화가
of their
될까?
decisions, they would need to see their
이거
choices
좀
reflected in
고민되긴
the game world
좀
itself,
걱정되긴 해.
not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences
한글화
you'll
해줬으면
see when you
좋겠는데
dive into Ara is
베타
what we
때는 그
call the living
한글이
world.
당연히
It's a
없으니까 좀
procedurally
힘들었거든요.
generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just
이게
a map.
신생
It reflects the
개발사일 거야 아마.
choices players make
그래가지고
over the course of the game. They can
한글화를
see
해줄지 안
everything
해줄지
from the
모르겠어.
settling of the wilderness to
해주면
cultural
좋겠어.
influence on
근데
the
텍스트가 꽤
architecture over time
그래도
to
많은
the thousands of
느낌이었더라고.
citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of Ara, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the
외교도
world
되게
has ever known.
중요했었어, 내 기억에.
This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might. Scientific
아 근데
advancement.
제가
The
그
choice is theirs.
베타하면서
In Ara, there
전쟁을
are
제대로
no
해본 적이
set
없어가지고
victory conditions.
몰랐는데
Players get to decide what is most important to
전쟁화면이
them
저렇게
and focus and
다이나믹했었나?
prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Ara, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Ara that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system
맞아,
offers a
요거.
unique challenge to the player that they generally won't
요거
see
요거
often
요거
in
요거
4X
요거 좀
genre.
신경 많이 써야
Succeeding
되겠더라고.
at balancing, gathering the right things,
약간
turning
그
them into
재료가
the
있어야
tools that you
뭔가 할
need,
수
and then
있어.
finally getting to the
그렇게
outcome
재료들을
or reward of
생산을
something like
해가지고
an important
적어가지고 뭘
improvement or
하는 그런
triumph.
식이었거든요.
Just changes the challenge that
그래가지고 저
exists in
약간
Ara
재고 관리
compared to
같은
other
걸 좀
4X
해줘야 돼.
games.
Crafting plays out in Ara at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their
그러니까
cities and
오히려
citizens'
저렇게
lives,
저
and even
재료들
manufacturing the
거래하는 그런
weapons
외교도 좀
necessary to draft military
중요해지고
units. The crafting system in Ara encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many
요거는
strategy
기억이 안
games have
나는데?
players alternate taking turns and reacting to their
요거는
opponent's
영어라서
moves.
제가 잘
In
몰랐을
Ara,
수도
all
있어요.
players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Ara just feel more real.
윈스턴 이거는
In a typical strategy game,
기억이 안
once your turn is
나는데?
finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Ara, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and
뭐야,
societies
한국
throughout
나오네.
the millennia
세종대학
with the
나오네.
broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders.
야,
Leaders are
심지어
so often
세종대왕
seen
맨
as
앞에
military
있었어.
personnel or prominent
지금
government
방금
figures.
군주들
But
보여주는
leaders
거에서
come
맨
in so
처음에
many
나온
different
거잖아.
forms.
맨 첫
They're
장에서
thought
맨
leaders,
왼쪽이었으니까.
scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Ara has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and
세종의
unique
명성이
leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know
제가
players
그때
will find
알파
leaders
했을
that they will
때는
want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
한 4-5명 있었던 것 같은데
For
미국
us at
지도자가
Outside, player
있었던
feedback
것
is the
같고
only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people
기억이
we're
안
making
나네.
Ara for, you.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end,
그것도 지금
we
제가
believe this makes for a deeper
한 게 꽤
connection
되긴
between the
했어요. 한
players
1년,
and the
1년
game.
넘었을
One of
것
my favorite
같은데?
examples is when we first introduced the concept
1년까지
of
안
dangerous
됐나?
wildlife to the game. It turns
아니,
out
아니야,
in
1년
our first
넘었을 것
iteration,
같아.
it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just,
Cougars, cougars,
Cougars, I hate cougars!
someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good
아니,
place
내가
with the
알파 했을
overall
때는
threat
저런
level of
것까지는
mountain lions to
없었어.
a player's citizenry.
쿠가 저런 거 없었어.
It's been years of
야생동물
hard
없었어.
work to bring you a strategy experience like no other. And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this
올해
year.
말.
But the launch of Ara is only the beginning. We're
아직은
going to
좀
maintain our
걸릴 것
insider
같아.
program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of
그
everyone
뒤에
at
한번
Oxide
베타
Games,
한다고
thank you
연락
for
오긴
joining us
했었는데
today.
그때는
We
제가 안
can't wait for you to
했었거든요.
play Ara and to create your own history.
이것도 가을이네? 가을에 할 게 많어? 야, 가을에 다 몰려 있는데? 어바우드, 아라, 스토커 다 가을이잖아. 머신 게임즈는 아마 올해 안 나오지 않을까? 올해 나오나? 하긴 이거는 올해 나올 게임들 소개하는 걸 텐데. 벌써 그렇게 많이 만들었어, 인디아나 존스? 근데 한 겨울이나 돼야 나오겠지 뭐. 내가 봤을 때 내년으로 미뤄질 수도 있지 않을까?
Välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos
어,
Machine
uppsala.
Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic
인디아나
franchises
존스가
in
왜
pop culture.
게임으로 안
In this
나오는지.
game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are
옛날에는
Indiana
게임
Jones.
있었을
You
걸
will see
완전
through
옛날에
his
고전
eyes and
게임
experience a
그런 거.
journey that we hope lives up
2D로
to the proud legacy of Indiana
플랫포머 같은
Jones.
느낌으로.
When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I'd had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what
어쨌든
period of his
약간
life it was in.
원래
what kind
사실
of
인디아나
arc he was gonna
존스라는
have.
IP가
And
차지해야
as the
될
years went on,
포지션을
I
이제
thought,
게임 쪽에서는
who
이제
would be like
툼레이더가
the
먹고
best
있었지.
studio in the world to make this, and
툼레이더가
it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm
잘
on
파고
the game and
들었지.
being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just
근데
that
진짜
excitement
게임이랑
has
잘
bred
맞을
through the whole
IP라고
project, and they've
생각이
just been so
드니까
trusting and
인디아나
supportive of
존스
everything that we want to do with the game.
기대하고
It's
있어.
been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life.
약간
and I
오픈월드
couldn't be
탐험
more
모험
excited
약간
to
이런 걸로
show you
나오면은
what the
진짜
team here has been
개꿀잼일
up
것
to.
같아.
Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
그래픽이 되게 신기하다. 약간 카툰 렌더링 같으면서 되게 리얼한 느낌인데?
Myths. History. Just different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs scattered and buried. Just waiting to be found.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
근데 이거는 진짜 게임으로서는 비교군이 좀 많아가지고
Throughout history,
힘들지도 모르겠다.
mankind has built sites of great spiritual
tom레이더도
If you were to draw a
있고
line through these ancient sites around the globe,
언차티드도 있잖아. 둘 다 너무 대성공한 시리즈라 가지고 이게 약간 비슷한 톤이라서 비교가 안 될 수가 없는데 게임이 이건 근데 1인칭이긴 하네.
I've had run-ins with these guys before. Trust me. It ain't a walk in the
개인적으로는
park.
3인칭보다 1인칭을 좀 더 선호하긴 하는데
What do you mean if I could keep up?
오히려 이러면은 좀 근데 1인칭이면 연출적으로 조금 손해면 보는 면도 좀 있지 않나? 이런 약간 좀 영화 같은 그런 느낌을 내야 되는 거네.
Patron of the fallen angels, protector of the Chukulimani.
개인적으로 플레이에는 1인칭이 더 좋고 연출에는 3인칭이 좀 더 유리한 점이 있다고 생각을 해서 브레이크 서클? 어이구야.
You have any idea how old that was?
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people. Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years. He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and
영화에서
feel
썼던
what
저
he
의상들
sees and
저렇게
feels.
스캔해가지고
For us
게임에서
at Machine Games, we
구현했나
do
보다.
that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you
한
into the rich,
1인칭이라는 게
exciting
어떨지
and
좀
interactive world we
궁금하다.
built. We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Whether it's cracking your whip, solving puzzles in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fistfight, all of these moments are
한
much more
액션성은
intense in first
1인칭이라서
person.
좀 더
But we
좋을지도.
still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat, the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view. Indiana Jones and the Great
약간
Circle
연출을
is
보여줄
set
때는
between Raiders
잠깐
of the Lost
3인칭으로
Ark and the Last Crusade.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
정성 루트네.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
뉴욕에서
On next plane to
바티칸으로
Rome.
가고
Stop. Need help. Stop. Meet me in Vatican. Stop. Indy.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be Indy if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The
이런 거가
most
있어야지.
authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Sure, there will be some
퍼즐이 꽤
obstacles
많을
that will be
거라는
more
거네.
easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun and, to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal.
아 근데
like the
좀
whip.
It's an amazing global adventure with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to
방금 그
explore.
위에서 이렇게
Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten
순찰하는
temples of
병사
Sukhothai,
이게 내려다보는
the
딱
pyramids of Egypt,
구도가 되게
the
영화
snow-peaked
느낀다.
Himalayas, and beyond.
We look carefully
히말라야도
at
가?
each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
그게 중요하지.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music. John Williams is the original composer for the indie films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
그리고 또 인디아나 존스 하면은 또 떠오르는 그 음악이
We
있잖아.
also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and
어마어마해
making a movie.
보이네.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking the lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay, then. Let's see if we can keep up.
Fine. What do you mean if I can keep up? We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people, compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
되게 잘 어울리긴 한다. 딱 봐도 그냥 나쁜 놈이잖아. 그냥 생긴 외모만 봐도 약간 캐릭터성이 느껴지는데 어떤 성격이?
Adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as
내가 봤을
possible.
때 요 채찍 이걸 살리기 위해 가지고 1인칭을 선택한 게 아닐까 싶기도 해.
To make your way around them by
뭐야?
month.
오,
You
좋은데?
can use it as a distraction.
오, 야,
And yes,
야,
you can
되게 다양하게
absolutely
쓸 수
use it
있게
in
해놨다.
combat.
그냥 단순히
Everything
전투에만
you'd
쓰는 게
expect from
아니네.
Indy's whip, and hopefully a little bit more.
아니 저
Puzzles are a
뭐지
key
막
feature
이제
in our game. The
채찍으로
spirit
위에
of
감아가지고
discovery
올라가는
is so
것까지는
important to Indiana Jones.
예상을 했는데
Obviously, there are a
그걸로 이제
handful of
딴소리
puzzles on the main
내가지고
path,
유인하는
but
거는
a lot
또
of the puzzles are optional and are
좀
just there for the
새롭네.
players who want to experience them. Epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I
퍼즐은 좀
love
가득할
about
것
our
같아.
game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
넌 뭐 퍼즐 좋아해가지고.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
뭔데? 아이고야.
I
실수했구만.
want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Machine Games is known for creating these roller coaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the
오랜만에.
Great Circle will be
똑같아.
coming later this
어쨌든
year.
올해 나오는
cannot
게임들.
wait
어이 뭐야.
to share more soon.
아니 토드 왜 더 관종이 된 것 같지? 원래 저 정도였나? 이렇게 하와와 일단 올해라고 걸어둔 거 보니까 내가 봤을 때는 연기돼서 내년에 나오지 않을까. 근데 생각보다 이게 영상만 보면 많이 만든 것 같긴 한데 그래도 좀 더 걸릴 것 같은데 과연 올해 나올 수 있을지. 뭐야. 아 이제 정리네요. 다 끝난 것 같아요. 뭐 깜짝 작품 성검전설이 하나 더 있긴 했는데 기본적으로는 좀 근시일 내에 나올 게 없긴 하네. 그나마 헬블레이드 2가 이제 5월에 나오는 거?
Is it animals, children, and game developers?
조금 아쉽다.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft
상반기 때가 너무
life-changing
긴다.
art with game-changing tech.
가을은 기가 막히긴 해. 어바우드의 저
Core to the vision
아라의
of Ara is our philosophy of
뭐야
rule how you want to
스토커2도
rule.
가을이고
Stay happy.
Creating
아,
an immersive
어바우드는 근데 좀
experience like
생각보다
Avowed is
기대되는데?
anchored in the world we build.
그렇게 막 큰 기대까지는 아니었는데
You aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones.
My name is 마사루 오야마다. 今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のア
성검전설이
クション部分
그나마
が強化されています
여름에 나온다? Thanks for watching. 끝인갑다. 좋아요. 다음은 뭐 글로벌 레벨 이거 하는데 엘더오는 제가 뭐 하지도 않고 이건 한글화도 안 돼 있잖아. 아무튼 잘 봤고요. 저는 요거 이제 영상 정리 좀 하고 이따가 와서 뭐 방송을 하든지 하도록 하겠습니다. 봐주셔서 감사해요. 안녕.